Hey Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, this is Mina, and this is your December 2020 horoscope prediction video. For those of us in the US, the holidays are fast approaching. For that reason, I just wanted to provide some information about family and friends this month, sort of like I did last month in November. Each of these horoscope videos will be broken into 3 sections: relationships, self, and the material. In the relationships section, we're going to discuss your friends, family, and romance. I also want to pull some cards to help you express your gratitude or help guide you to some unique gifts that you can use to provide to those around you. I also want to look at ways that you can set boundaries with your family in order to make you feel a little bit more comfortable within your family unit. In the self section, we'll discuss the lessons you're learning this month, how you should engage in self-care, your spirituality, strengths, and mental health. Lastly, in the material section, we're going to discuss your work and finances. Use the timestamps in the description box to skip to any section you are most interested in, or just use it as a way to refer back to it throughout the month of December. At the very end of the reading, we'll roll the astro dice over here to get a better sense of the reading, or a lot of times I find it pinpoints the most important section of the reading you should start your month out focusing on. If you're watching for someone you love, there's also going to be a specific timestamp to the romance or family section, so you can use that to skip there now. For those of you who are watching your sun sign video, please be sure to check out your moon and your rising sign video, or some people call it Ascendant. This is going to give you the most personalized reading that you can get in this generalized reading setting. If you want a personalized reading, I do offer them, so send me an email to minanixtarot@gmail.com. If you don't know your sun, moon, or rising sign, I put a link to a natal chart creator, so that way you can go ahead and figure those things out for yourself. I usually shuffle on camera during my horoscope videos, but because we're going to have larger stacks to get through this month, I'm going to go ahead just like I did in November and just start us right off in the self section. So let's begin. Let's get started with your self section. For the theme of your month, the 7 of Swords. Spiritually, the Devil. And then Spirit picked this cute little card for you. For self-care, the Page of Cups. And Don't Give Up. And for your mental health, Shiala, She Who Creates, Creativity, Originality, Spontaneity. And Sauvage, She Who is Wild, Untamed, Wild, and Mysterious. This is a month for you, Gemini, where you're really going to have to rely on your intuition and those red flags that go up. The 7 of Swords here can indicate that there's some sort of trickery going on. So someone who's saying they're your friend or they're on your side, and in reality, they actually are doing the opposite of being friendly. You're going to notice these things happening, and it may even be a voice inside of your head telling you something is true when it's not true. So that's a very interesting concept, right? It's almost as if your inner monologue is tainted in some way and you're telling yourself this story over and over again, but the reality is it isn't true. The good thing about the 7 of Swords is it also represents flexibility, adaptability, and sharp wit. So you can be very strategic at this time. You just need to be careful if you use whether you're using your strategy for good or evil. All right, so let's move into spirituality here. We've got the Devil card. For those of us in the US, we're moving towards the holiday season in December, and so it can be really hard to not focus on the material things, not focus on presents or money or how much you have saved up, where you're going, and what you're doing. This card is a reminder that what's going to fulfill you the most spiritually during the holiday season is your time with other people. You need to focus back on connecting with the people around you that make you happy and your spiritual side. This could also be indicating that you have a serious lack of hope in people, almost like you've lost your faith in humanity in some kind of way. I totally get that, especially if you have these people acting like they're your besties and then they turn around and they stab you in the back. But it's important for you to maintain a sense of light and try to get yourself out of that, because like attracts like. And if we're sitting in our heads talking about how horrible things are, all humans are terrible, and the world is going to hell in a handbasket, then it's likely that the things you're going to notice the most going on around you are all of the negative things. So Spirit picked this card for you. It says, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment when the universe can truly get to work. So if you're sitting there in your brain thinking, if I just did this or this or this the right way, it would happen for me immediately, that's not exactly the best way to be thinking at this time. Spirit is essentially saying to you, It's time for you to release it, give it to us, and let us give you the best possible outcome that we can. Draw on your loving, supportive network, those friends and family that have proven themselves time and time again to have your back. Those are the people that you want to look to during this time. I would definitely try some sort of energy healing. Maybe if you could go see a Reiki practitioner at this time, that would be really good, just because I do feel like you've got a lot of negative thoughts hanging around and you're having a hard time getting that negative energy to be released. So any kind of Reiki or meditation, sometimes you can even Google like Reiki sessions on YouTube and do some of those. That might lift the weight off of your shoulders. For self-care, the Page of Cups, and don't give up. The Page of Cups is the bearer of good tidings. This could range anywhere from just getting some really happy news, learning something important and eye-opening, or even down to romantic proposals. So this card has a variety of choices, but for each of you, you're going to receive some sort of healthy, happy news, and that's what you really need to embrace. It also represents that inner child work. So a lot of your self-care needs to be focused around the inner child work. A lot of signs right now are either doing shadow work or inner child work. If you don't know what it is, go ahead and Google it. If you want me to make a video on inner child work, I'd love to do that. There are already some really great videos out there if you're really wanting to get started right after you finish this video up. I totally get that. Definitely take some time to connect to your inner child and daydream, connect to your intuition. Be a little bit idealistic. You're trying to fight these pessimistic thoughts. So the way for you to engage in self-care is to take time to dream and be idealistic. Now, don't give up represents the solar plexus chakra. This is your confidence chakra. This is where you trust your gut. I feel like this card is saying to you, you're really struggling to get rid of this negative energy hanging around in your brain. Don't give up. Keep pushing forward. Keep trying new things. And eventually you're going to figure out the thing that helps release this weight off of your shoulders. This card also says to ask family and friends to help give you the strength to keep going. Talk to someone who inspires you to do your best and will help you believe in what's most important in your life. Really reaching out to the people in your life is going to be providing the most self-care for you. Please make sure they're trusted people who've proven themselves over and over again, because remember, we do have the Seven of Swords here, which could be saying that someone's pretending to be a friend and then not really, but you have strong intuition, Gemini, and you can suss that person out. For mental health, both of these cards, Gemini, talk about doing something unexpected. The best thing you can do for your mental health is think about what's making you feel tame and predictable and boring, and then change that and act in an unexpected way. Think of random acts of authenticity that you can do this month. Anything you've been really wanting to do that's been pressing on your heart, but you feel like maybe won't fit into society, I think that's the thing they're driving at. That's the exact thing. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do, I've used this example before, but if you wanted to dye your hair lilac, let's say, and you're just like, I just don't really know if they would accept that at my job or how professional that would look, and you keep thinking, but I really wish I could dye my hair lilac, it could be something as simple as just going and getting that done. It can be other things like speaking up for yourself when you'd normally quiet. Monitor your reactions within your inner circle. There's going to be some people that when you start letting your freak flag fly, so to speak, that are going to embrace it and be like, you go girl, and I'm glad this is helpful for you. There's going to be some of them that have a very strong negative reaction, and that's how you're going to be able to help weed the people that are pretending to be your friends out. Yeah, just think like, where can my magic take me today? Where can my most authentic self take me today? And get excited about that. Now, this card over here, it talks also about originality and spontaneity. So these cards are quite similar. I love that they came out for you. It's a reminder to be original, reminder to not follow along with what other people think is best for you just simply because it's not rocking the boat. You're being challenged to do something beyond the ordinary. So examine your world and look for the energy and the movement that you're putting into things. Don't just create something that's plain and boring and will be the most popular. You need to create something that is truly true to yourself. And definitely engage in some kind of creative form, whether it's cooking, crafting, writing, singing, teaching, whatever you do that really makes you shine. That's what you need to get down and do for your mental health this month. All right, let's move into the relationship section. For your family, they're in the energy of the Fool reversed and the Lovers reversed. How to put up boundaries for yourself. We've got the Judgment card and Mama Killa, the Moon. Your friends are in the energy of strength. Gift you're giving to the world is the Dragon. For my single Geminis out there, the Chariot reversed. For my Geminis in a relationship, we've got the Moon card. So you've probably already realized we have got a ton, only major arcana cards happening in the relationship section. So this is a big month for your relationships. Relationships are turning over. You're having breakthroughs with different groups of people. So let's dive straight into it. Hopefully you grab that mug of coffee or tea because we've got a lot of really big concepts to talk about here. This is less about the energy that your family is in and more about the energy your family was in and how it's still affecting you. The full reverse here is telling me that you have got some inner childhood trauma that is playing out over and over again. This family situation that happened to you is what's causing this pessimistic attitude. You're really, really struggling to let it go. I know that because we've also got this Lover's card reversed, meaning that there's a lot of inner conflict going on inside of you and you're struggling to take ownerships of the decisions that you've made. So here's the thing about past trauma. So yes, it is completely unfair what your parents or the people who were raising you did to you when you were young. I'm not disputing that. But all the decisions that you've made as an adult away from them, whether it be influenced by those things or not, are still your decisions. And you need to take ownership of the fact that you are currently keeping yourself in the place that you are. Learn from the past mistakes that you made and then let them go. Move forward understanding that you now have a much deeper sense of your values, your beliefs, and what you want to see happening to you in the future. And that's a good thing, right? We now know exactly what we don't want to do and we can start moving forward to what we do want to do. That being said, I can definitely see your family bringing up things that trigger the memories of these past traumas. So for some of you, you've really been working on this inner child work here and you finally feel confident in December. You're like, it's going to be fine. My family's not going to affect me that much. I've been doing so much work, and then boom, they say or do something and it puts you right back in a bad situation. Life is not linear, okay? We move backwards and forwards. We progress and then we realize maybe we haven't gone that far, and some things are much harder to get over than others. And a lot of times it's much easier to get over them when we are removed from those people that cause those issues, and then once we see them again, all the memories come flooding back. That's what it is to be human, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I want you to be very careful about those people taking away your level of hope and fun, because you do have a support system going on with you and your friends. Look, the friend card over here is strength. So you do have a strong support system within your friend group. You've chosen great friends that you can rely on. So it's important to not let these people be the ones that ruin it. If you have to, after you see your family, if it causes some triggering moments for you, call your friends up. They're going to really restore your faith. Here's how you can put up boundaries to help yourself not get triggered. We've got the Judgment card and Mama Killa the Moon. Both of these cards talk about inner clarity. It talks about your mind and your logic syncing up with your intuition. For Judgment, this is saying that you have evolved yourself to the point where you can keep clarity and composure in situations that are triggering. So for example, it's possible for someone to say something that they did to you when you were a child, and for you to be able to judge that statement, realize it isn't true about you, and move on. Whereas before, that would have completely put you back at the same age you were when that was first happening to you as a child. The Moon card, I love this, because the Moon typically is representative of intuition. And right now, you're able to see the familiar and decide if you need to improve it or leave things how they are. Right now, you have the timing of things in the cycle that you're in order to make big changes for the rest of your life. It's like you've learned a new skill and then you're going through the big test. So you've been doing all this inner child work and you've learned all these new skills, and now it's like, boom, we're in holiday season and you have to put all these new skills, into practicum, into reality, and see if you can actually master them while the threat is right in front of you. And Mama Killa says you can. If your relationship is unclear, then you're going to have the clarity this month to figure out what to do next with it. If there's blockages being put in your path and you can't move past these feelings of insecurity when you're with your family, then that's a great signal that it's time for you to go and reevaluate. Don't fight it, just realize you've got some more work to do. Don't judge yourself, just realize that you've got something else that you need to get done. this is a great way for you to take the temperature of the growth that you've been putting so much energy into. The bottom line, it boils down to you're using your past as a barometer to figure out what the right choice is next. And because you've already gained all of these tools with all the spiritual work you've been doing, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to put up the barrier and recognize that your caretakers are not you. You're two separate entities. You didn't choose them, and therefore you don't have to listen to the things that they're trying to put on you. Their past pain doesn't have to be a part of your past pain. You are two separate entities. Okay, let's talk about this friend's strength card here. Your friends are going through their own realizations this month. They're dealing with their own fears and anxieties, and they're really able to be courageous and daring in this situation. And the two of, I'm getting the sense that your friends and you together are really bouncing ideas off of each other. So they're learning a lot and then sharing with you, and you're learning a lot and sharing with them. And in turn, it's just going to make it you're just going to have a stronger community moving forward. It's time to really master your emotions. Your friends are going to be quite patient and compassionate with you this month. And they're also going to need your patience and your compassion. Do unto others as you'd like them to do unto you is very applicable here with your friend group. Everything that you're kind of seeking or wanting, your friends are also seeking and wanting as well. So ways that you can contribute to them is the Dragon card. This is a spiritual card, so just like we have major arcana cards are kind of a big deal in the Animal Spirit Oracle book, these spirit cards are sort of like these big concepts, big deals. So like I said, relationships are really big for you this month. The Dragon is also a solar plexus card. You might want to do some solar plexus meditation this month or some solar plexus type of activities. I think that could be really healing for you. The Dragon is all about balancing out your ego and navigating the world as well as our inner world at the same time. It's your courage, it's your vision, it's your ability to follow your intuition. So the third eye does represent your intuition. The solar plexus chakra is the ability to do what your intuition is telling you to do. Hopefully that makes some sense. So the Dragon is fairly powerful. It's transformative. It's going to be what helps you surrender and let go of potential outcomes and allow the universe to have your back. You're getting a lot of wisdom on actions to take next. Like you're getting very actionable steps from Spirit right now, and that's the thing you're really able to share with the people in your life. You're going to figure out some things that Spirit are like, okay, well, if you guys just did blah, 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 it would really help you. And then you're going to be able to take that back to your friend community there and share those pieces of wisdom that you've learned. For love, my single Geminis, the Chariot reversed. Possible Gemini, you're going to meet someone pretty soon. This is a card that's just saying, take your time to enjoy the excitement of the new relationship and really get to know your new love interest without really trying to progress things to get too serious too quickly. This should be a time of fun and talking and chatting, just all the wonderful, great honeymoon things that happen at the beginning of a relationship. Allow things to flow and let them move at their own pace, and don't try to force anything too fast too soon. For my Geminis in a relationship, the Moon. There are some miscommunications happening in your relationship, and the reason they're happening is because both of you are caught up in your own insecurities and you're hearing what you want to hear instead of hearing what the person actually means. And by what you want to hear, it doesn't necessarily mean a good thing. For example, your partner may be saying something to you and you take it as them being upset with you or ragging on you, when in reality they're just being really kind or helpful. It's almost like neither of you you're not in sync right now, and neither of you are matching up in a communication aspect. It can also signify that you are aware that your partner is lying to you. Now, their lies may not be as nefarious as you think they are. Take a second and understand. So for example, you may be sensing that your partner's lying to you, and what it might actually be is that they're trying to find an engagement ring for you, and they don't want you to know that. Or you may sense that your partner is lying to you, and in reality, they're just trying to hide a Christmas present that they bought for you. Just using those as blanket examples. So if your bells are going off, your intuition's going off, like they're not telling me the truth, or something's weird or awkward about them, and it might have absolutely nothing to do with you. That's your own insecurities telling you that something really, really bad is happening, when in reality, they're just trying to hide a really good surprise from you. Let's move into the material aspect. For work, you've got the King of Cups reversed. And for money, the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, good money card, Gemini. If you're currently waiting to hear back from a job or a promotion, then it may not be as successful as you were hoping it to be, and the offer that you may have had could be falling through this month. It feels very bad at the beginning, but the reason why you're being denied that opportunity is because a better opportunity is awaiting you. So that being said, for those of you who are in a career, there are opportunities that had presented themselves to you that you kind of let lapse, you let go by the wayside, and now you're really looking forward and realizing, I probably should have taken that on. Be very careful about the new opportunities coming your way this month, because I get the sense you're getting a second chance to take something on that you should have before. So it's coming back around again. Now you know that you should have taken it for sure, and it will give you the better confidence to move forward making the decision later. That being said, you need to take the opportunity when it presents itself to you, but make sure you're understanding all of the facts before you take it. So don't just rush in and grab it. Ask a few questions, make sure it's really something that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into before you jump into it. We don't want any surprises here. For money, the Queen of Pentacles is a really great card here. So even though all of that craziness is going on, your outlook on money is still pretty good, Gemini. Things should be going really well in terms of money and investments. You're going to find yourself engaging in the finer things in life. You may find yourself to be a bit frugal during this time, which makes sense, but you're not really willing to waste your money on something that's not making you feel important. I get the sense that it might not be your money that's providing this life of luxury, that you may actually be blessed with a friend or a family member who's providing you with things that are slightly outside of your means. So you really get to enjoy the good life this month, and I'm hoping that helps put you at ease a little bit. Remember, the Devil card said you might be too focused on the materialistic, so this may be Spirit's way of getting you off of that focus. Someone else might be providing that material wealth for you so you can relax and really work on this inner child work that's really plaguing you at this time. This is a roller coaster of a month for you, Gemini. I want to roll the Astro dice to see if we can get any clarity into anything here. The 6th house represented by Virgo. This is the Libra symbol. And then we've got Mars here represented by Aries. So this could be saying that you have Libra, Virgo, or Aries somewhere else in your sun, moon, or rising sign. This is confirmation that this reading is for you. Virgo typically represents like your daily routine, your health, your analytical nature, the ability to be analytical. You and Virgo actually share the same planet, Mercury, which represents the mind and communication. And then Libra represents our relationships, our interpersonal relationships, even business partners, things like that. Marriage, all of that stuff. And then Mars is our passion, our action, our desire, our courage. To me, especially with the quote you got from Spirit, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment the universe can truly get to work, okay? To me, this is saying you have to have the courage to realize that Spirit has your back on all accounts, in financials, in your daily routine, in your health, in your marriage, with your interpersonal relationships. You've got to realize that everything that's going on right now is pushing you towards your passion, towards the actions that you're supposed to be taking, and things are going to be okay. It's really time to let go of trying to micromanage, of the anxieties that are happening to you right now, and realize that it takes a lot of courage, it takes a lot of strength to let that go. That is something that is progressing over time. You don't have to be perfect at it at the beginning, right? But practice makes perfect. So try letting go of small things, leaving them up to the universe and not stressing over them, and see what the outcome is. I would even write it down. So get a journal and say, okay, here's one of my anxieties. I'm going to, every time I think about it, I'm going to go do something fun instead. And then at the end of the day, write down the outcome of what that anxiety is. Take it step by step. This is a big learning month for you for a lot of internal work, and obviously a lot of your interpersonal relationships are on display. I wish you the best of luck, Gemini. These are all the messages I'm getting for you. If this video resonates with you, give it a like. Comment down below on which sections you feel should be a regular addition to the monthly horoscope readings. I'm always trying to change things up so you feel you have the exact information that you want. Subscribe to my channel for more pick a card videos as well as monthly horoscope readings, and I will see you next time. Bye, Gemini.